No shadows, just red lines. Now I'm here to rescue you.
Oh, damn. All right.
Hey everybody, it's me, old Scott, as usual, and I'm back with a guest who hasn't been here in almost a year now.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Neil. You can find me at ThatNeilJ on Twitter, Monday nights on Twitch, podcasting at ptgamers.org.
Yeah,
Bunch of stuff.
he runs the Part-Time Gamers podcast that I am featured on every now and then. So we're all hanging out and playing some Mirror's Edge, which we thought would be fun.
Do you know that this game has autosaving?
You fucking kidding me?
Oh, no. Cloud. Okay.
Yeah. Every time an Xbox 360 game has to be emulated by the Xbox One, it's like, is it clouds?
I'm just going to start over. Are you mad about
no,
that?
God, burn it.
Lose
burn
your
it.
game.
My very important game that I've clearly spent a lot of time playing.
Hey, man, I don't know. Maybe you're, like, super into this. I like this game a lot.
This game's dope as hell. I'm a big fan.
Once the city used to pulse with energy.
Once upon a time, there was the Xbox magazine. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it would come in a plastic sleeve because the magazine would also come with a disc. And the disc would have a bunch of game demos for, like, not quite AAA games.
Oh,
at the time,
sure.
but, like, sort of higher end.
Yeah.
And I got a disc at one point that had the demo for this game, which was like the first 3 full levels, which was wild. I was like, man, who even needs to buy the game? I've got it. But
That reminds me, okay, there was, God, I can't remember the name of the game. There was some, like, isometric game on PC in, like, 1994
wow,
that came on
Deep cut.
yeah, it came on a demo disc like that, like all those
Okay.
weird demo discs.
sure.
And I remember playing the shit out of that demo, and I never even looked for the real game, because it was just like, oh, cool, like, I beat the demo thing, and that was, like, a crazy little puzzle game, and
Yeah.
that was it. That was all I needed.
And do you remember anything about the game?
Isometric.
Yeah.
I probably am imagining, like, him having a face, but I bet you that was old enough he didn't have a face
Probably he didn't.
when everything was, like, filled in for you.
Oh yeah.
LB, fast movement. Great.
All right.
LT, down.
Um,
Start. We're back.
The demo disc that had this game on it, though,
Yeah.
also had my first exposure to what is now one of my favorite video games of all time. It had the demo for Beautiful Katamari,
Okay.
and now Katamari Damacy, one of my
Yeah.
favorite video games, full stop, of all time. So I give a lot of credit to that demo disc for just making me into the person I am today.
That's fair. Well, I'm going to let you know, one of the reasons I'm a huge fan of Mirror's Edge is I'm a big fan of platforming games, as you may remember from last time I was here.
I do recall.
This is probably the first game that did first-person 3D platforming in a way that didn't feel like complete crap.
Yeah.
And also playing it now makes me wonder, boy, this game must not be super fun to watch considering, like... Oh, I can't go into that one.
Gotta do the leap.
Considering I can't, stop from you guys just watching all of me messing up. And the camera going crazy. Like, whoever would get motion sick, this is your time to get motion sick.
It's time for you to barf on your laptop while you're watching this.
So I'm very sorry to induce vomiting, but,
This game, there's a ton of games that have, at different points, tried to do sort of the 3D first-person version of platforming, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this game does it... Shit.
So bad.
This game does it in...
No, I don't want to watch her again.
You're gonna have to watch her every time, Neil.
I chose this life.
Like, since this game came out, there have been a couple of games that really nailed it, right?
Yeah.
But before this game came out, I'm going to put on blast a game that I was very excited about.
Yeah.
There was a horde...
Oh, it doesn't want me to jump there.
That's not great. There was a hero character shooter style game, like pre-Overwatch, that came out called Brink.
I remember that. I never
Yeah.
actually played it, but it was all about, like, parkour and shooting, right?
Yeah.
That game looked really cool.
It looked really cool, right? And then you play it and you're like, wow, it does neither of these things very well, and both of them together quite poorly.
Nice.
And it was supposed to be sort of like a Titanfall style, like online exclusive gameplay sort of thing, which was a bummer. But the servers went down like a year after its release. Like,
oh, that sucks.
The game tanked because it should have tanked.
That's fair.
Yeah, but then you've got something like recent memory. This is probably a couple years old now, but Dishonored 2.
Oh, sure.
Dishonored 2 has some very badass parkour mechanics.
So I never... What? How... Hold on.
How did you fail that?
I like, just got... What happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
A turn. Okay, I didn't fail this time. I don't know what happened.
It's just to keep you on edge.
But yeah, I never played Dishonored 2, but I did play Dishonored 1 a bunch, and you had like the blink mechanic.
Yeah, the throw the thing and blink to where you threw it, and the teleport. There were a couple of different features,
there was a teleport one. That's the one I remember. Oh, I was supposed to. I see what I did.
I remember there was one mechanic where like kind of it was sort of like a fishtail off of the teleport, where you would set a point that you would be able to teleport to.
Sure.
And then you could leave it there, and then if you needed to zip back to the place that you were trying to teleport, this might have been Dishonored 2.
That might have been Dishonored 2. I don't remember that one.
It was really cool because you could set everything so that you would go into an area and bring the ruckus, and then they would panic, but you would have a teleport back to where they were going to panic to, so you could reappear directly in front of them and wipe the whole team.
Oh, sure.
Really kind of a cool sort of meta game almost.
So this is where the game is not so good. Hey, look, we have punching and stuff.
Punched her in the boob and failed, I guess.
Come on, jump kick. There we go.
There it is.
So there's guns in this game because it's a first-person game, and they were like, we need the guns.
There's got to be guns.
Kind of the worst part of the game.
Yeah.
I've played through this game 2 times. The second time I tried to do the don't shoot thing.
Oh yeah, the complete pacifist thing.
Yeah. There's one part of the game where, like, as far as I know, you have to... Wait, it said don't shoot her, didn't it?
Yeah, you were supposed to just drop the gun.
Oh, my bad. It's like, don't shoot her.
Hit
Like,
it
I
again.
didn't... There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Hooray, counterattack.
We did it.
So the sequel to this game, I'm actually a pretty big fan of too. They still messed up. There are like bad things in that game,
Yeah,
but they took out the guns.
They took out all the guns?
At least for you using them.
Good.
They still have combat in it, and the combat is still kind of the weakest part of the game, but
Sure.
But they took out the gun part of it, so you never had to like, oh, let's learn how to shoot people, and
Yeah.
that was a big improvement, but that game has some issues anyway.
There's an element of progression in that game that doesn't necessarily make sense, correct?
Kinda. Hey, Electronic Arts. It makes sense, but it's very kind of ham-fisted.
That's what I call an EA moment.
Yeah. So it's got progression with... There's like a couple of, hey, this is just blocking off parts of the world until you get this item from the narrative.
Oh, sure.
And there's a couple just smaller ones that are like, your character can't do these moves yet.
So you can't progress through this area.
And it's not... Those ones don't usually stop you from progressing through the area. But the ones I'm thinking of are like... In this game, you can wall run, and you can jump to another wall and wall run.
Yep.
You have to unlock that.
Oh,
You can wall run from the beginning, but like the 2 wall run thing, like... The game's never going to force you to have that, but it does take away certain paths and stuff you could take.
That kind of blows. That's very Castlevania Symphony of the Night, where you start off and you're playing as Alucard and you've got all of your abilities.
Yeah.
And then Death takes your abilities away. Like, he doesn't attack you, he doesn't fight you, he doesn't punch you even once. He's just like, I'll take all your things. Fuck you. It's just
Thanks,
like,
Dracula.
but I earned those last time.
Yeah, it's the Metroid moment of, you can't have all your stuff because then there's no game.
Yeah, then you could just go through this door instead of having to earn the ability to go through this
Like,
door.
to be fair, I love Metroid games, but yeah.
And I think it's funny that I referenced Castlevania and you referenced Metroid, because
I mean,
those are some very closely linked
yeah.
game prospects.
It's, for me, it's because when I think Castlevania, I think, like, original Castlevania,
Sure.
which they didn't have that stuff in it yet.
No, totally.
But I, like, yes.
Symphony of the Night, very much
Symphony of
so.
the Night turned it into that, and then
Yeah.
Castlevania has gone that way.
Yep.
It is weird that I'm remembering, like, way more of where to go in this game than I feel like I should.
Yeah, it's moving pretty smoothly so far, gotta say. Yeah, all of that, yeah.
Man, this stuff feels like second nature to me, and I don't know why, but... Okay, have you actually watched someone speedrun this game?
Oh my god, the speedrun of this, I think you can do it. What was the record at this point?
I don't know what the record is, but...
I think it's something
Oh, I messed up.
just absolute bad shit, like 32 minutes or something
Yeah,
disgusting
it's
like
something
that, yeah.
ridiculous. But the funny thing about it is it's, people do it on PC because... Yeah, that is a door. Come on. There we go. It's funny, they do it on PC because one of the... Did I? Oh, I'm just supposed to go right here. Because there's a bunch of parts of this game with, like, elevators and stuff.
Oh shit.
Can I not?
I don't think you can.
Where am I going, then?
I think
I must have gone the wrong way. Hold on.
you went for the
I went for a secret item,
collectibles,
apparently.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of elevators. You'll actually see them in just a moment. Where am I going? Okay.
Yep.
So, the, Oh, that is a stairway?
Just doesn't work on that.
Alright.
Yeah, alright.
So, what
This
they
is the
do
one.
is they bind the interact with things button to the mouse wheel.
Oh?
Because if
okay.
you slide and you mouse wheel the press the button thing,
Okay.
you will press it so fast that you'll hit a just frame to skip the animation of hitting the button for the elevator.
No way.
And it's super awkward looking because it's just them like sliding at a button and then the elevator moves.
That's wild.
It's really funny.
The one speedrun tech that I learned about this game is that apparently if you jump and then do the quick turn, you have to jump facing away from where you're trying to get to, because you turn to where you're facing to get to, and doing the quick turn gives you max speed.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
people like do that off of some really weird stuff.
Yeah, in order to, like, when you have to stop, this is the way to regain max speed immediately.
Yeah.
Because you jump and you, like yabba dabba do style turn your character.
Yeah, it's super awkward to watch people speedrun this game. Like,
Yeah.
if anyone's getting motion sick right now, where am I going?
You're supposed to go up to where that
I am
cop
supposed
was.
to go up. If anyone is getting motion sick watching me play this right now, speedruns are going to kill you. Don't check it out. Like, they're fascinating, but yeah.
They're fascinating in that way where it's like, how can I break this game to the best of my abilities without breaking this game?
Yeah, people break this game real crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like those the stairway turnarounds there.
Hi, person. I did it. I got to you.